We're seeing the COVID numbers spike again, 5,000 plus cases in one day this week, the third highest, the state is saying. And the governor is considering a mask mandate, but a lot of people are saying he's going to really leave that up to the municipalities. What are your thoughts?
I just got to reiterate what you said. We're experiencing a spike, and as far as lawmakers go, I think everything is on the table right now to prevent us from going backwards, and none of us want that. The way that we know we can protect ourselves is just by looking around and seeing that the areas with the highest vaccination rates are the ones with the lowest hospitalizations, the lowest spread of COVID in the community. So we're going to fight that everybody does the right thing. They get vaccinated or they're wearing a mask while they're out. But right now it's not looking like that's what's happening. So lawmakers have to consider other measures to keep our community safe.
What's the vaccination rate in Shreveport Caddo Parish? Well, I mean, we're under 40, right?
We are. As a matter of fact, we're at 30. We're below the state average. The state average is 35%, and the highest area within the state is the New Orleans area, and they're only up to 40%. So we are way, way below where we need to be for that herd immunity to kick in and for our community to be protected. So, I can't urge everybody enough to go out and get vaccinated. And I get the hesitancy. I'll be the first to tell you I completely understand the hesitancy. I've heard stories across the community on why citizens are hesitant to get the vaccination. But if we want to get back to normal, if we don't want to have our businesses impacted, if we don't want to have our loved ones get sick, that is the only way right now that we can protect ourselves.
Can you hone in on any demographic that is most reluctant? I mean, if you had to?
You know what, Aaron, what's very interesting about our community is that typically people think they quickly jump to the African-American community because our history with healthcare, our history with vaccinations in this country, and we are experiencing it. There's a big hesitancy within the African-American community, but also we're seeing in the conservative community and the evangelical community, there is hesitation there as well. And I was on a call with my commission on race actually a couple months before the vaccine even started to roll out. And one of my commissioners that goes to evangelical church, he chimed in when we were talking about hesitancy and said, Mayor, you're going to have a problem with our demographic as well, because what I'm hearing from my church is 80 to 90% of the people here will not take the vaccine. So we're kind of getting hit in both directions right now.
Caddo Commission is voting today on a possible mask mandate, and they say they will urge you as the mayor of the city of Shreveport, to do the same. Does the vote today make a difference to you whether or not the commission puts a mask mandate in place?
Yeah, I mean, that's very, very important. But I mean, let me just clarify some mechanical things with what I can do. As many remember, I put in a mask mandate that the court overruled last year. So I am very limited in my authority to put in a mask mandate, and they overruled it kind of because of the enforcement components of it. So really our city council are going to have to be the ones to make that decision. I've expressed, hey, we do need to be considering these precautions to the city council, and I think if the vote was held today, it'll probably narrowly pass that we go back to a mask mandate.
LaToya Cantrell issued a mask advisory, not a mandate, yesterday for New Orleans. Is that something you're considering?
Yes, I mean, I would consider that. Anything that's legally permissible for me to do to protect our community, I would very much consider that right now. We're at 88 hospitalizations, and the scary part, or a scarier part, or a different part, is that those hospitalizations, the average age is between 18 and 42. So hospitalizations are a much younger crowd. This Delta variant is much more dangerous, much more contractable. And last month we were down, last month or the month before, we had got down to 12 hospitalizations in our region. So we're seeing this virus explode across our communities, and we need to consider every possibility to keep this community safe and whole.
The point I had made with Aaron last hour was, since the numbers of folks who are being affected by the variant so overwhelmingly non-vaccinated, what I said to Aaron was, at some point it comes down to what sort of restrictions on their freedoms should the vaccinated folks be forced to make to protect people who have chosen not to be vaccinated. And then you put on top of that the economic fallout that we went through last summer. Kind of a rock and a hard place for Mayor Perkins, isn't it?
Oh, big time, big time. And I mean, as you know, I was one of the first people and the loudest cheerleaders as our economy started to recover from what we went through last year. So I don't want to go backwards. But that's interesting that you bring that up because, I thought you had a couple libertarian bones in your body. there, Robert. But you're right. You're right. Those that are responsible and went out and got the vaccination, we too are going to have to wear masks. We too, our businesses are going to be impacted because those in our community that, are opting not to take that vaccination and are putting us at more at a higher risk. But not only does this impact those in our community that have been vaccinated, but realize this. Last week, the New York Times was in Shreveport for 2 days. They're going to be doing a story on our city. We are not only putting ourselves at risk, we're putting the country at risk because every time somebody contracts the virus here, that virus can evolve and actually become vaccine resistant in the future. Like, that could happen. And we do not want to be known for that. We want to make sure that people know that, Shreveport, Bossier area, our region is a progressive community that cares about people, that we're going to do what it takes to protect our loved ones. So right now, there's a lot on the line.
When you were running for mayor a couple of years ago or more, one of the strengths of, and I think you'll say that I'm right about this instantly, one of the biggest reasons you were elected is because you were everywhere. You were out on the streets. You were knocking on doors. How many times in the studio? Not to put you on the spot, I'm just remembering what you told us about. You said you felt the campaign turn when you were knocking on doors one day, right? Remember that?
Absolutely. Big time. I knocked on doors for 3 hours a day, every day for 9 months.
Do you feel the same compulsion? Do you feel the same sense of urgency to do that? Almost Adrian Perkins out campaigning, knocking on doors to get people vaccinated.
100%. And we just finished an 11-stop town hall listening session throughout the city to talk about our ARP funding. We talked about the bond because not only did we want to get citizens input about what we should do with those federal dollars, those public dollars, but we wanted the citizens to see us. When we have huge initiatives in the city, I want to be out front. I want to engage our citizens and let them know that that's important. This is one of those things that's, once again, a number one priority. It's the public safety thing. And, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to call people. I'm going to, lobby for resources for our community to make sure we can protect ourselves.